Before I get into my WWE Greatest Royal Rumble review and recap, I am aware this video is more on the later side of me uploading after a special event. I'm aware. Reason being because, well, when this show was live on Friday afternoon, I was at work, so I didn't get to watch the show live like all of you, or some of you, or most of you did. And this is why the video is on the later side. I know on the podcast this week, Chase and Mike did recap the event on the show. Hence why, I let them pretty much talk most of that during the podcast. And I only talk here and there because I did see 2 matches of this event live, if you will. But other than that, this is me now doing my, I guess, solo review. After seeing it today, I finished watching it today, literally. So as of this recording, it is Sunday, it is April 29th. It is 10:37 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So there's a couple of things that I just want to, knock out before I get into this review. Number one, okay, I've stopped collecting action figures for a while now, okay? But I will say this. Mattel, if there's one action figure that needs to be a special collector's item after the Greatest Royal Rumble, I think all of us can agree on this, that is Daniel Bryan, all chopped up from the chest, from the arms, after the match, with the gear on. This has to be a special collector's item. It has to be. Just saying, okay? I don't know how much it will be worth, but to all my action figure collector friends out there, some of you may know who you are. You cannot tell me this would not be worth a special collector's item. Just saying. Secondly, my thoughts on the championship belt that presented to Braun Strowman after winning the Greatest Royal Rumble. I dig the belt. I think, honestly, it's a very, creative belt. I know it's more like a prize for winning the whole match. So it's not like it's going to be defended every so often or from going forward. I guarantee you tomorrow night on Raw, he'll show it off, and then after that, it's whatever. Third of all, Titus O'Neil and his fucking slip. Listen, this motherflower could easily retire tonight or tomorrow and already be put in the Hall of Fame. He could win the world title tomorrow, but what he did at the Rumble match, at the Greatest Rumble match in Saudi Arabia, would never top that. Seriously, he had his career-defining moment with that. And you know what? Heads off to Titus O'Neil for actually embracing this shit. So good on him for that. Good on him. Now, let's be real about it. All of us heading into the Greatest Royal Rumble, let's not lie about this shit. A lot of us were going into the show with the belief that Roman Reigns was finally going to slay the beast, Brock Lesnar, right? If you will. People were upset that it didn't happen at WrestleMania, but then we found out that, it's going to be a cage match in Saudi Arabia, and the WrestleMania match, the main event of WrestleMania, was just a throwaway, right? And people started throwing, conspiracy theory. The reason why they're doing it in Saudi Arabia, because if Roman wins, people are going to cheer. They're not going to boo like they do in the States. So WWE has no choice now. Desperate time, call for desperate measures. Let's take Roman Reigns to, international waters and have him beat Brock Lesnar in another country where people will not boo, where fans won't chant Roman sucks, and you'll get a big reaction, and Vince McMahon can finally see the pyros and everything going crazy when Roman Reigns finally slays the beast. And let's be real about it, all of you thought that. Don't lie to me, motherflower. Do not fucking lie to me. And what did WWE do here? They did it again. They swerved everybody, and Brock won. You know what's crazy? One of my good friends on Facebook, James, you may know him as We Are Pro Wrestling. He wrote this post on Facebook early in the day, and it was like an option thing. Agree or disagree? Is it either Did Roman Reigns fail WWE, or did, WWE fail Roman Reigns? And I, as well as others, and I assume, you guys as well, I don't know how y'all feel about this shit right now, but I feel like, honestly, WWE has failed Roman Reigns. There's no doubt about it. No doubt. From the beginning of the build to now, listen, y'all know me. I'm a Roman Reigns fan. I made no bones about it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I agree with everything that they did, because no, I did not. The notion, building up to WrestleMania 34, building up to this match as a whole, oh, we got to feel sympathetic for Roman Reigns, feel bad for him. No. And it backfired. And now, you have him lose at WrestleMania. You have him lose in Saudi Arabia. He couldn't beat Brock at WrestleMania 31 when he, had that main event, and Seth had to cash in to, save the show, if you will. Even though at that time they had a good match. And now here we are. And he loses again. Now what? That's the question now. Like, now what? You can't sit there and tell me, oh, they're going to do it again. Because I'll be real about it. Y'all know me again. I'm a Roman Reigns fan. But even I don't want to see it again. I don't. I'm done with it. At this point in juncture, Brock moves on, and so does Roman Reigns. They move on. WWE's attempt to make Roman Reigns the guy, it failed. I'm sorry, it did. Been 4 years, motherflowers. 4 years of this. And this was the ending of it, having him lose in a cage to Brock Lesnar in controversial fashion, nonetheless. It was crazy. I was there, WrestleMania 32 in Dallas, in a stadium of 101,000 some people, so they say, right? And everyone, I remembered, it was Roman and Triple H, and everyone booed like crazy. I was the only one that was cheering, right? Because, hey, it is what it is, right? And we all thought going into that, okay, now this is where they begin the heel run. This is where they begin, that badass Roman Reigns, that I don't give a fuck Roman Reigns. No. They stood the course of making him this babyface hero that they believe that the people will get behind. And no, it hasn't been the case at all. And I don't know, where does Roman go from here? We'll see. But nonetheless, guys, I know I went on a tangent here, whatever, but my overall thoughts on the WWE Greatest Royal Rumble, honestly, I thought for what it was, because be real about it, this was a house show that was done for the first time in Saudi Arabia in a giant stadium, right? In a giant stadium in the King Abdullah International Stadium in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Apparently, the attendance was 60,000 people, or apparently the stadium could fit 60,000 people. And I thought the show overall, from the card itself, from top to bottom, this had that WrestleMania-esque feel, right? And I'll be honest about it. I enjoyed the show. For what it was, I enjoyed it. I thought overall it was an enjoyable show to sit through. I know there's a lot of people out there that want to boo up, that want to crap on the show, for the political views and shit like that. Honestly, listen, it is what it is at this point in juncture. I think in time there will be change. I know Saudi Arabia, throughout the show, they try to make it seem like, they're going through some progress, they're going through change, and the change will happen. So that's the message I got from it as well. But nonetheless, I enjoyed myself watching the show. Again, for so long, all of us as fans, we've been wanting to see WWE, give us these special network specials of house shows, right? In certain big cities, like in Madison Square Garden, Chicago, LA, the UK, Asia, Japan, right? Now, in this case, Saudi Arabia. Now, to my understanding, WWE and Saudi, and they have this 10-year deal with I believe the Saudi Arabian government. I believe they threw WWE like $200 million for 10 years to do shows in Saudi Arabia. Now, I'll be real about it. To my understanding as well, they are to return sometime in November. Now, I think in November when they go back, it's not going to be a stadium show. It'll just be a standard house show. But I think for the first show, you had to make it a stadium show. You had to go all out. And I honestly, like I said, the production value here was very, very top notch. There was pyrotechnics. There was that different feel like you would watch in America, where the royal family were sitting in couches, which I thought was funny as all. Like, I'll be real about it. Real talk. Next year WrestleMania in MetLife, you better throw some couches, motherflowers. I'm just saying. To all those people that are paying that heavy travel package price, right, to sit ringside, you better ask for couches, motherflowers. I'm just saying. You better ask for a couch. But that's my thoughts. I want to hear from you. In the comment thread of this video, did you enjoy the show? Did you hate the show? Let me know. If not, on Twitter at HeelSteven, where I tweet with all you guys. Raw, SmackDown Live, NXT, and all that fun stuff. Alright, if you're new to the channel, hit that sub button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Alright, so the show kicked off with the national anthem, both Saudi Arabia and America. Made sense. You know, again, they're in a different country, so why not go with both national anthems? Alright. We had the first match of the night to kick off the show, John Cena and Triple H. I like the match. I think, honestly, this was probably one of the best matches on the show, believe it or not. It just had that nostalgia, like, yo, I'm watching, you know, WWE in 06 all over again. It's funny because Michael Cole on commentary was botching all over the place throughout the show. He was terrible on commentary. There is somewhere in this match where he said that, oh, you know, at one time at WrestleMania, John Cena beat Triple H to become WWE champion. And as far as I remember, WrestleMania 22, it was John Cena Triple H, but it was Cena going in as champion in Chicago, beating Triple H right at the time. But nonetheless, I thought this match for what it was, you know, both men, they kicked out of their finishers, this crazy back and forth. The crowd was into this. Triple H had his WrestleMania-like entrance, if you will. Cena had his entrance with the kids from Saudi Arabia. There was a moment in the match, I don't know if you guys caught this or not, where Cena was on the top rope. He jumps, right? And it felt like a botch, right? So Triple H, like, catches him barely, and they made it seem on commentary, oh, it was some type of spine buster power bomb like move. And I don't know about you guys, but it reminded me a lot of SummerSlam 2008, where it was Batista and Cena, right? And the same thing happened, right? And in the process, not like a botch, but in the process of it, Cena broke his neck, something like that, I remember. All right, but nonetheless, this match, at the end of it all, Cena won with the attitude adjustment. After the match, Cena cut a promo, you know, thanking Saudi Arabia for literally its hospitality. Because literally, the people in Saudi Arabia treat WWE like fucking royalty for days that they were there. Okay? So again, I thought this match was very, very well done. And again, probably one of the best matches on the show. And both guys were treated like fucking stars, alright, by the crowd. Another thing too, the crowd, like, it was off and on, if you will. People were saying, oh, this crowd sucked, man. This crowd didn't give a shit, man. There are people that were sitting at the couch, they're on their fucking phones on Twitter and shit like that. These motherflowers didn't care. End of the day, you know, they had fun. From what I saw from the camera, from the hard cam, when they were trying to put the camera to the crowd, these motherflowers were having fun. They're waving their hands in the air, enjoying themselves. For a change, though, it was good to see there were no beach balls, there was no wave, there was no what chance. So, as an American watching it from that perspective, I thought that was cool to see. All right, we then had the Cruiserweight Championship match, Cedric Alexander versus Kalisto. I thought, honestly, this was probably, you know, beside the WrestleMania match between Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali, this was probably the second best Cruiserweight title match that I have seen since the beginning of 205 Live. And unlike WrestleMania 34, this was actually on the main card. There was no pre-show match, which was good to see as well. These guys had a good timing in. They went back and forth. It was a moment where Kalisto, like, hit Cedric with like a spike DDT. It looked so crazy to see and shit. But also this crazy spot as well where they're on the corner, right? And so fucking Kalisto jumps from the middle rope to the top rope and does a Spanish fly. That looked crazy. Got a near fall. But at the end of it all, it looked like Kalisto could go for the Salida del Sol. And as he's doing the move, Cedric counters into the lumbar check for the 1-2-3, so retained the championship. Both guys, again, looked amazing in this match, all right? Again, like I said, also, probably the outside of Mustafa Ali and Cedric, and outside of the tournament, if you will, to crown the Cruiserweight champion, it was probably one of the best Cruiserweight matches since the beginning of 205 Live and all that fun stuff, all right? We then had, for the Raw Tag Team Championships, we had Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt versus The Bar, Cesaro and Sheamus. This match was okay. I really wasn't into this other than the whole delete, what have you. You kind of knew going in who was going to win because of the fact of, hey, The Bar, we're now on SmackDown Live. So that being said, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt got the win. They're now the new Raw Tag Team Champions. The other thing too, I was surprised because, you know, sometimes WWE will do that curveball at you, right? Like, okay, The Bar's on SmackDown now, but watch them win the tag belts and now go back to Raw. Some shit like that, right? Didn't happen, okay? But other than that, I thought this match was alright, like really big. People weren't even chatting delete, barely, but it is what it is. We then had the U.S. Championship match, Jeff Hardy versus Jinder Mahal for the U.S. title, the rematch, right, from 2 weeks ago on Raw when Hardy beat fucking Jinder Mahal in the Superstar Shakeup. This match was literally the big moment in this match. Jeff Hardy goes for the Whisper of the Wind, and he completely misses Jinder Mahal. Completely misses Jinder Mahal. And Jinder decides to fall. It reminded me a lot of, I think it was in TNA, it was Slammiversary 2014, I believe it was, or 2013, one or the other, right? And it was Bully Ray and Bobby Roode. And Bully Ray gives Bobby Roode a fucking powerbomb. It had to be EC3. Either EC3 Bully Ray or Bully Ray and Bobby Roode, but one or the other, right? And Bully Ray goes for the powerbomb, right? And as he's lifting up either Bobby Roode or EC3 up in the air, the referee, who's far away, falls. It's literally what this shit reminded me of, right? And Jinder falls, again, fine, you know, to make it seem like got hit, but in reality, he did not get hit. And I don't know whether it was the vibration of the ring or Jeff Hardy has some special drugs that, you know, make you feel some kind of way. Whatever the fuck it was, this match was just, not my cup of tea. When it's all said and done, Hardy won with the Swanton Bomb to retain the U.S. title. So the U.S. title stays on SmackDown Live. We had like an intermission, right? I guess the people were praying in the stadium. They had Byron Saxton go over to talk with Booker T, Jim Ross, and Jerry Lawler. It was kind of cringe. Booker T was funny, if you will. But other than that, you know, kind of a bad way to use Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler. Like, you bring them over from fucking America to this show. It's bad enough that Jim Ross is cringeworthy when you watch New Japan Pro Wrestling, right? So you bring him over here to fucking Saudi Arabia just to be part of the fucking halftime panel. Like, come on, no. At least have Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler. To my understanding, that's what I thought. I thought these two guys were going to go out there and pretty much, hey, call the action during the 50-man Royal Rumble match. Did not happen. All right. WWE played a video of the changes in Saudi Arabia. They interviewed, I guess, this woman who's a doctor, talk about the changes in Saudi Arabia for 2030. That's like the plan, to my understanding. Apparently soon women will be able to drive. And again, you know, they try to make it seem like Saudi Arabia, it's not so bad like people put out to be. And again, I am all for them to change and all that. So hopefully as time goes on, it does happen, and we'll see if it does or not. But back to the ring. We're introduced to 4 out of the best participants that were in the Saudi Arabia tryout. Because again, they played a video as well of WWE doing tryouts in Saudi Arabia with Mojo Rawley, Triple H, Matt Bloom, aka Tensai or Albert, you know, having these tryouts for all the guys in Saudi Arabia. And they brought 4 of the best people from that tryout, right? All to get interrupted by Arya Daivari and, of course, the returning Sean Daivari, right? Where the fuck was Muhammad Hassan in this shit? And they were out there waving the, I want to say the Syrian flag, right? I could be wrong on that, but again, correct me if I'm wrong here, okay? Literally, they're out there waving another flag, and that's like a big no-no, I guess, in Saudi Arabia. Like, they're waving like the Syrian flag, and they were just cutting this promo. All these 4 guys, they don't deserve to be there. They can't cut it. Fucking Daivari, Sean Daivari. I'm just call him Daivari. I'm just call him Daivari for the fucking sake of this video. Was just talking in another language, screaming at these guys. All so these 4 guys can have their moments. You know, throwing these guys out of the ring and shit like that. Again, a good feel moment for these guys in their country. So why the hell not, right? We had the Bludgeon Brothers versus the Usos. This match was a dud. The Bludgeon Brothers got the win after they, hit the killer bomb on Jimmy Uso. We then had the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, and The Miz. I liked this match. I really, really did. I thought this match was enjoyable. I'm kind of, I have a soft spot, if you will, for multi-person ladder matches. All right. But other than that, just a good, crazy match. All guys had moments with the ladders, what have you. Samoa Joe body slam Finn Balor to the ladder, toss everyone to the ladder. Obviously, Finn Balor didn't wear his rainbow Balor Club gear. I guess Balor Club really, has his limits, if you will. The Balor Club, that is, right? But there was a moment where Miz tried to work things out with Samoa Joe, and Joe wasn't having it. Here's where I kind of got upset, like, if you will, okay? So at the end of this match, right, it's Finn Balor climbing the ladder, and there's no one there to stop him. Finn Balor is climbing, right? He's about to grab the championship. And Seth Rollins springboards from the outside apron onto the ladder, climbs up. Mind you, as Rollins is doing this shit, Finn Balor is looking at him like some fucking idiot. Just staring at him. Not doing anything. Just the moment that fucking Rollins grabbed the belt and pulled it down, Balor started throwing punches barely, but did nothing. So the way I look at it, this is my point of view of it, okay? They made Finn Balor feel like a dumbass at the end of this match. Like, yo, you had this shit won. You had this shit in the bag. And you watch someone else just grab the belt. And now, essentially, at the same time, this, in my opinion, carries on from the feud. And I'll be real about it. At Backlash, I don't mind seeing Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. I'm not even sure. Is that match even official for Backlash? I want to make sure, because I don't want to botch shit here right now. And the last thing I want to do, because again, I'm thinking about going to the show. I'm not really sure right now. But I'm not even sure if that match is even going to be for the Intercontinental Championship. I could be wrong on it. I really, really could be wrong. But let's see if I'm right or wrong here, okay? We're going to the card right now. No, it's actually going to be Seth Rollins and The Miz. Okay? It's going to be Miz and Rollins for the IC title at Backlash. Why, oh, why? I have no idea. But it is what it is, all right? But that was that. Okay, Rollins retains, but at the same time, I feel like Balor comes off like a fucking dumbass at the end of it. We then had AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE Championship. This match, despite the ending, the count out all you want, this match was way better than their fucking WrestleMania match. Okay, crazy back and forth match here as well. Styles got hit with the low blow eventually, but and to the double count out. Now they're going to go at it again at Backlash in New Jersey. Again, I'm still debating whether or not I should go. I have no idea yet. It's still up in the air. But if I do go, I get to see them go at it live. So, it's still, again. But nonetheless, I get what they're doing here. They're going to go to another match. You got to believe, right? Nakamura, after all attempts he had to face for the championship, right? Those times he lost to Jinder Mahal. The time now where he lost to Styles at WrestleMania, right? The time that he lost against, when they didn't lose, but the count out, right? Something's got to give now. Like, bruh, I believe at Backlash, Nakamura will walk out the WWE champion. With this new heel run, why the hell not? And it's good to see that for a lot of people, the new theme song for Nakamura is starting to warm up to them. So that's cool to see. We get the steel cage match. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. But it's pretty much them hitting their finishers, suplexes by Brock, until the end where Roman Reigns spears Brock, who was literally behind, like literally just standing on the apron area, spears him. They go over, they break the cage, or what the side of the cage they break, and apparently, from what I'm looking at, because I'm seeing a GIF at the same time, I'm seeing a fucking GIF of this shit, right? It's literally apparently Brock's back, like hits the floor first. Keep this in mind, Roman Reigns, literally rolls after the spear, right? So it's like he hits his feet first on the floor. But if you look closely to the shit, right? You see that Roman Reigns, one of his feet, is literally on the ring skirt area. It's not on the ground, technically. So technically, yes, Roman Reigns lost the match. You can throw the argument, oh, it'll be controversy. I believe so. But like I said earlier, I just don't care anymore. You all know me, like I said before, I'm a Roman Reigns fan. But at this point in juncture, you know what? They tried. He lost at WrestleMania. He lost now. Why would anyone at this point in juncture want to see him go at it again? So now my question is, for Brock Lesnar, now what? Where the fuck do we go from here? Do you do Braun Strowman again? I'll be real about it. You know, I get it. Yes, Braun is over as fuck with the crowd all you want. But even I'm not convinced that Braun is the guy. I'm not convinced of that. Bobby Lashley, I would say for a SummerSlam. You know, it's just one of those things right now that you just don't know what's next for Brock Lesnar. Okay? That's the thing. Because you think about it, do I believe that Braun Strowman could be champion? Yes. But I guarantee the moment he wins that belt, all of you are going to be bored of it. You are. Let's not deny that shit. Now, with Roman Reigns, I don't want to come off like, oh, you got to make him a heel now. But that's the way I feel like it's going to go now. He'll probably cut a promo on Monday saying that he couldn't do it. He snaps and shit. He goes off, and there you go with the heel turn. We'll see. We'll fucking see. Okay? He'll probably go say, oh, you guys didn't support me and shit like that, which will probably get a pop from everyone, but we'll see how that goes. But again, this match was just near the end. We then get, I forgot this match. We got Undertaker and Rusev in the casket match here. I thought for what it was, honestly, I thought it was enjoyable for what it was. Granted, Taker is no longer a spring chicken. He's not going to go at it like he used to back in the day. Rusev wrestled a way to protect the Undertaker to make him look like $1 million at this point in juncture. Near the end, though, Rusev was in a casket. Aiden English got involved, got tombstone, and Taker locked the casket door on both Rusev and Aiden English. Now, people are saying, oh, Rusev got buried, man. It's fucked up. Listen, at the end of the day, when you wrestle Taker, especially at one of these big shows like in Saudi Arabia in a stadium full of 60,000 plus people or so they say, that Taker payday, motherflowers, that fucking Taker payday. So quit fucking whining, all right? Quit complaining like Jamaican as, all right? Then we get the main event. The 50-man greatest Royal Rumble ever, right? 50 people, motherflower. Now, granted, this is not 2001 Rumble match or 2004, all right? But nonetheless, I thought this Rumble, because again, I am a fan of the Royal Rumble match as a whole. The concept behind it, I'm a fan of. That whole mystique of who's going to come out next, who's going to come out, right? All that fun stuff, and the surprises and shit like that, the eliminations and all that fun stuff, right? The drama behind it all, I'm a fan of. So I'm going to go through this list of all the participants here. Okay? Boy, bear with me here. Number 1 was Daniel Bryan. Number 2 was Dolph Ziggler. Number 3 was Sin Cara. Number 4 was Curtis Axel. Number 5 was Mark Henry. Number 6 was literally, what a shame, Mike Kanellis got tossed out by Mark Henry in like 3 seconds. And they tried to break the Warlords record, but I think they failed miserably. Number 7 was his free agent named Hiroki Sumi, was a fucking sumo wrestler that got tossed out by Mark Henry in like 46 seconds. Number 8 was Victor from the Ascension, was tossed out by Daniel Bryan in 51 seconds, just by a fucking armbar. Like, come on, really? If you think about it, okay, it's cool to see these guys in the Rumble all the fuck you want, but don't let them just get tossed out like fucking bums. Because that says a lot about the roster that you have. if you ask me. We had Kobe Kingston at number 9. We had Tony Nese at number 10 from 205 Live. Dash Wilder from the Revival at number 11. Hornswoggle made a surprise return at number 12. He actually had one elimination. He eliminated one person in this damn match. Holy crap, who saw that one coming, right? Number 13 was Primo Cologne. We had number 14, Xavier Woods. We had number 15, Bo Dallas. Number 16, Kurt Angle, the Raw General Manager. I marked out for the small time that we saw Angle and Bryan go at it. That makes you want to just see them have a program somewhere down the road. Just saying. Number 17 was Scott Dawson. Number 18 was Goldust, who looked like $1 million here, if you will. We had number 19, Connor. Number 20 was Elias, who, I will say this, after Bryan, was probably the second best performance of the night, hands down. He lasted literally 34 minutes and for a second. He sang, got interrupted, whatever. Number 21 was Luke Gallows. Number 22 was Rhino. Number 23 was Drew Gulak. Number 24 from NXT, Tucker Knight, which I thought was a little random. Like, you think of Heavy Machinery, right? You think of Otis. It's a Ford, it's a Ford, it's a Ford. And you bring out Tucker Knight. I'll be honest, would have brought out Cassius Ohno, if anything, but that's just me, of course. Number 25 was Bobby Roode. Number 26 was Fandango. Number 27 was Chad Gable. Number 28 was Rey Mysterio, all decked out in Saudi Arabian colors. Number 29 was Mojo Rawley. Number 30 was Tyler Breeze, who was literally eliminated just like that as well. Number 31 was Big E. Number 32 was Carl Anderson. Number 33 was Apollo Crews. Number 34 was Roderick Strong from the Undisputed Era from NXT. Number 35 was Randy Orton. Number 36 was Heath Slater. Number 37 was this fucking bum named Babatunde from NXT. Here's the thing about it, okay? If you're gonna bring in people from NXT, don't just bring in guys that are currently at the PC not doing anything at all. Now, unless Babatunde is from Saudi Arabia, then forgive me, but still, even that, like, bring in people that we know from NXT. It's the greatest Royal Rumble, right? Bring out Cassius Ohno. Bring out maybe Andrade, who's now on SmackDown Live. Bring in someone like, if you're going to bring someone random, bring in Fabian Eichner, okay? Or one of the Healy brothers. I don't fucking know. Number 38 was Baron Corbin. Number 39 was Titus O'Neil with the best GIF of the year. The meme of the year goes to fucking Titus O'Neil with the slip, all right? All the memes I've seen today is crazy. This whole weekend alone, the memes that I've seen with fucking Titus O'Neil, fucking crazy. Number 40 was Dan Matha, again from NXT. Number 41 was Braun Strowman. Number 42, Ty Dillinger. Number 43, Curtis Axel. Number 44, Bobby Lashley, who had a good showing as well. Very, very good showing. Number 45 was the Great Khali. Number 46 was Kevin Owens. Number 47 was Shane McMahon, who was there through punches. Hey, look at you, but he double teamed with Daniel Bryan on Kevin Owens. Number 48, Shelton Benjamin. Number 49, Big Cass, who eliminated Daniel Bryan, as you all know, during the program. Number 50 was Chris Jericho, who put Mike Rome, who we thought was Tom Phillips, on the list early in the show. The final two were obviously Braun Strowman and Big Cass. Kind of random. Let that sink in. These two guys were the final. Like, Big Cass was the final two in the greatest Royal Rumble. How sad is that? I'm just saying. Alright. But Braun won. There was fireworks, all that. They had Vince McMahon show up in the ring, present the giant trophy with one of the princes of the royal family. One of the prince of the royal family, present the giant trophy and the belt. It's crazy because if you go back and watch that that last portion, right, where they're presenting with the trophy and the belt, right, and Vince is in the ring, and Braun lifting the belt up, that, again, but the belt that I'm talking about, that green belt, right there, mother flowers, right? When he had the belt up in the air, Vince is just staring at him like, God damn it. If only this was Roman, pal. You can just think in the back of your mind, like, he wanted that moment for Roman. Right? But instead, it's for Braun Strowman. Now, you could do Braun and Brock again. Again, I saw it at No Mercy. I wasn't really impressed. But, again, this show as a whole, I enjoyed it. for what it was, a house show special on the network, what they should continue doing moving forward. The way I look at it too, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like we're entering that international territorial system with WWE. Like, there's a system in the UK, there's a system now in Asia, in Saudi Arabia, Japan, I believe, real soon, obviously in America. So I am all for that, believe it or not. I don't know about you guys, but again, my thoughts on the show is an enjoyable show. I'll hear from you guys down below in the comment threads on this show if you enjoyed it or not. Follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Also, guys, we got that merch, motherfucker. We got that merch over there at Teespring, the TML Podcast store. Got 2 shirts up on the store. Get yours today. We got the Certified Mother Flower shirt and, of course, the TML Podcast shirt up on a tee. Big thank you goes out to Salrex for the awesome overlay that you see here, and, of course, the designs of the tees that we have on the store. Again, if you are a YouTuber or a podcaster out there and you want awesome logos done or awesome overlays and stuff like that for your channel, your podcast, hit him up on Twitter at @officialsalrex. He's done stuff not just for me, but for OKFabe, Big Mike from Big Mike Wrestling Recap Show, Jay from NY206, the Sound Monster Sounds Off, just to name a few who he's done amazing, amazing layouts and graphics for. Okay, that they do it for Roman's shirt on Barbershop Window from JD. Salrex did it, mother flowers. Just saying. All right. So that's it for me, guys. I am out. I'm tired, and I gotta upload the video now. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out like Janice Titties. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, mother flowers. It's me. It's Steve, and I'm out. God dang it, yo. God dang it, pal. Why couldn't it do this for Roman?